Good afternoon, Whalers Nation, and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. We're coming live from Vito Capizzo Stadium for today's Boys Varsity Lacrosse game as your Whalers host the Sandwich Blue Knights in another edition of Cape and Islands League Lacrosse. We've got two top 10 teams here in Division 4 and another great rivalry in what has turned out to be a sort of gray lady afternoon here. We had some sunshine poking free. It's poured rain this morning, so happy to have you along here. We've got our game preview coming up in a moment, but I do want to take another moment here and thank our founding underwriter and, of course, our Nantucket business supporters for the sports here on the NSC and NCTV. But most importantly, we do want to recognize the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the children of Nantucket a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts through their support of our live broadcast of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Athletics. The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast. Welcome back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the Blue Knights continuing their pregame warm-ups. Whalers just about to wrap up their pregame festivities. And our Nantucket Whalers are once again in the hunt for a state championship here in Division 4. Head coach Sam Aloisi not only has a talented group, but an experienced group, a championship pedigree, a championship quality team that absolutely thrives on the defensive side of it. They have bona fide threats on the offensive end. And with 11 seniors on the roster, the Whalers continue to ride this wave of success that has begun back in 2022. Initial playoff berth, couple wins that year, and as we mentioned, it all came together in 2024 with a state championship. And, of course, last year's team, which made it to the state semifinal game. A senior-laden crew that can finish as one of the most decorated lacrosse players if they can continue their great play through the rest of the May here and into the tournament coming up here in June. And it will not be easy, Whalers Nation. This is a tough finish to the schedule here. It's the way Coach Aloisi wanted it. It's the way the players wanted. They will be battle-tested. We'll go over that scheduling as we continue through the game here. But the last game, which was their second loss on the season, was a rematch on Tuesday afternoon against those Falmouth Clippers. And the Clippers showing once again why they are one of the title contenders in Division 3 as they handed the Whalers, as I said, their second loss on the season, a 9-7 slugfest. It was a great game. Talked to Coach Aloisi before it, and he just had a big smile on his face. It's just one of those where you know you're going to get into it. They did not win a face-off until latter part of the second half. So they were down 19 possessions and somehow managed to stay within a couple of goals and had their opportunities once again as Aaron Hanlon led the way with 5 goals. But it was those Smith brothers, man. They are a duo to deal with for sure. Travis Smith, again, an All-American. He will have another All-American label to his tag and heading off to Division I lacrosse at the next level. Just couldn't overcome those possessions and ultimately just a bit too much offense. But, man, I'll tell you what, I did some math on it, and the Whalers have now outscored their opponents, again, with another win coming up right before that Falmouth game. 145-44. They've scored 145 goals on the season, given up just 44. That is 101 goal difference. That ranks among the best in all of the state in any division. So the Whalers will be one of those teams to be reckoned with here, as they have solidly entrenched themselves in at least that 3 position. They're very, very close, 0.01 something or other points away from being in that 2 position. And that, again, chatting with Coach Aloisi, that's kind of where he's either 2 or 3. One of those 2 positions. If we can finish in that position, guarantees him some home field, some home playoff games, and stays away from Cohasset until the championship game. So it's time to start thinking about all those strategies, at least for coaches and us, idiots up here in the booth. We can, of course, guess on all those things, and we will certainly continue to monitor those power rankings as all the points count here. And again, this is a big game for both of these teams. Obviously, Sandwich coming in a little bit lower ranked than the Whalers, but certainly in the mix, although they have not beaten, as we'll talk here shortly, Coach Mike McNeil just trying to find some consistent answers. He has fallen, and the Sandwich team has fallen to all of the Cape and Islands League big teams at least once. The Whalers defeated them 13-3 off island. Really wasn't that close of a contest. Falmouth's beaten them. Nauset's also defeated them. So the top 3 teams have handed the Blue Knights 3 of their 8 losses. They are 5-8 overall. But hey, when these 2 teams match up in any sport, it is a grinder. It is a rivalry game, to say the least. And this team has some championship pedigree of seniors that have ridden their own wave of success, certainly over the last few years here. It's going to take a special effort here today for the Blue Knights to come up with an upset, but they've done it already this year. They had a big win over a higher-ranked team, Abington. The Green Wave was number 6, or are number 6 in Division 4 currently. So, they have the talent to do so. It's just going to rely on the defensive side of things. And netminder Nathaniel Hunt, the senior, he is going to have himself a special game and see the ball real well. But again, a win for the Blue Knights here today would certainly be a confidence booster, given some of those power ranking points as they sit at number 10, as I said. If they can get into that top 8, though, they guarantee themselves a couple of home games. So they did have another lopsided loss, however, leading up to this game. Tuesday afternoon, they lost to the Nauset Warriors 13-2. So they're going to have to bring a much better effort here today if they're going to hang with a much higher-ranked Whalers squad here. We'll see what transpires here. We got another chapter in the Blue Knights Whalers epic coming right up here on the NSC and NCTV. We'll take one more quick break and come on back. As you can see, 2 minutes and 55 seconds and counting here on the pregame festivities. We'll be back with the Whalers taking on the Blue Knights here from Vito Capizzo Stadium just in a minute.
He's got it! He's got it! Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV over the past few years have done countless broadcasts that are both exciting and professional.
Shot, score! Jack Halleck!
I support NCTV's Nantucket Sports Connection because it's a great opportunity to reach island families, support students, and our local television station.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot.
It rolls to the
tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it by.
Voting is open. Thank you very much.
My mark, hit my mark, hit your mark. Yeah.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. You can see the Whalers awaiting the Sandwich Blue Knights to come out and do the high fives before we get set and ready for game number 13 for the Whalers. It'll be game number 14 for the Blue Knights. Whalers come in at 10-2 on the season, 5-8 the record of the Blue Knights. We've got 53 degrees from our staff meteorologist, DC Collins, who always glad to hang out with DC Collins. Sophia Reese will be working the maestro as we wish Charles Douglas the best of travels. He's out in the Berkshires doing some dirty workout out east, or out west, I should say. We'll be happy to have him back along next week. And again, congrats to Charles and the entire NCTV crew for a great job at the ATM, the annual town meeting, which, of course, we'll talk a little bit about things happening here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Still got some voting to do, folks, but looks like we're headed in the right direction for a brand new facility here. As you can see, the X nicely in some mud here as Cotton Whitfield gets set and ready to go. Both goals are also in some dirt, so it's anybody's guess where the bounces will go, but soon enough that will be rectified. Well, we'll see how soon enough, but nonetheless, game underway. Whitfield down on the ground and scooped up quickly by Soren Edwards, and we are underway here as the Blue Knights take on your Nantucket Whalers here. Offensive unit making its way onto the field here finally after a bit of off and on here for the defense. Again, Aaron Hanlon and Nolan Moskrop, the two leaders offensively. And a quick goal scored there by the Whalers right off the bat. Nolan Moskrop gets the Whalers on the board a mere 39 seconds into it. Have a look-see as Moskrop was able to find a little bit of space, and that patented over-the-shoulder scenario leads to a quick goal here for the Whalers, and we are up 1-0 on the Blue Knights. One possession, one goal. That's the way to work it. For Moskrop, that is goal number 36. He paces the Whalers in goals scored. Aaron Hanlon, the leader with 48 overall points. Actually, he and Moskrop, so Moskrop just took the lead offensively in overall points with his 49th point. So both of those guys approaching 50 points on the season already. And again, that championship pedigree as the Whalers turn it over here to the Blue Knights. Let's see if Sandwich can get a clear. Not as easy as it looks against this ball-hawking Whaler team. Jake Grant with a good job and intercepted at midfield. Hanlon on the run as Andrew Redmond unable to get the clear for the Whalers. Behind the back pass. Mishandled there, but once again, the Blue Knights attempt to clear as head coach Mike McNeil barking out orders and formations here. They've got 20 seconds to do it. Here's a whip pass. That goes well through all the way to Jenkinson. So the Whalers deny again. Here's Canton Jenkinson, twin brother of Jeremy, running in, and we'll get it over to the offensive side of things. Quick passing, shot just wide of the mark. That was Lechuza hanging out right in front of the net. Whalers retain possession, however. Just underway, a couple minutes into the first quarter. Whalers have already notched a goal as Moskrop found the net on the near side here. Stringer with a low shot. That goes just wide of the net. Once again, Whalers back there. We've reached May Madness here as the spring sports schedule heats up. Tournaments getting ready to go here. Of course, college tournaments already underway in lacrosse for both the boys and girls side of things. As the Whalers work it around the perimeter. Here's a shot, low shot, whizzes by. Actually a high shot that nearly got the scoreboard. Back in play come the Whalers. Bouncing pass, good handles. Shot. That scored. It looked like it found a hole in the net. Or went to the outside of it. Just to the outside of the net. Man, that was... As Moscrop nearly found another goal. Just missed that top corner. Here's Moscrop once again working. Quick pass over to Lechuza. Sandwich packing it in here. Shot just wide again, Hanlon. That was Noah Stringer actually trying to find the net, just missed to the low side of Hunt. Here's another low shot, again, just wide of the net. That was Mooney up top. He had a good game against Falmouth. Again, Coach said just well-played game, just two good squads going at it in that 9-7 loss on Tuesday. And again, a little bit of adversity isn't going to be the worst thing here for this Whalers team to face. And we'll see how they recover here. A good start to things with a 1-0 lead as we approach 8.5 minutes to play here. Nice little give and go shot. Save made by Hunt. That was Hanlon from Moscrop as the two top scorers get on the same side of things. Pass up ahead, down, ball down. Hanlon was there, scooped up. Whalers head back the other way as Noah Stringer able to get to it first. And again, Sandwich still unable to get a possession in their offensive end as the Whalers have controlled the timing and they've had 4 possessions in the offensive side of things. They've already gotten 7 shots off. 1 has found the net. Here's Hanlon at the top of the zone. Swings it over to Tyler Miller. Moscrop, moving target is Jake Grant. Grant. Good individual moves. Here's a low shot. Whalers still there. Another missed opportunity for the Whalers. Noah Stringer gets another shot off. Good spin. Another bounding ball that went wide of the net. Moscrop trying a low sidearm shot there. So the Whalers peppering the net here, but only 1 goal with 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Ball down. Again, Sandwich is packing it in, making the Whalers shoot from a distance here. Good spin. Hanlon unable to get a clean look. Or Lechuza, that's... Whalers continue possession here. Just a 1-0 lead, however, as Noah Stringer looks to make an individual move. Gets by 1. Good pass. Here's some space. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Lechuza right on the doorstep. Unable to get a clean swing of the stick. And Hunt pretty fortunate there as he was caught out of position, but Whalers unable to get a clean shot on. And finally, Sandwich gets it into the offensive end. It's William Hughes, number 3, able to get the clear as Sandwich gets their offensive unit set up here. Whalers start to communicate and chatter right away. Braden Tobin, number 9, gives it up. Here's a chance and a score. Michael Chetwynd, as it looked like a little bit of a screen set up there on Jenkinson. He was unable to find it. And the Blue Knights tied up with 6 minutes to go here, despite the Whalers absolutely dominating the time of possession. And they have already gotten off 8 shots. That was the first shot by the Blue Knights, and it finds the net behind Jenkinson. As the senior, Michael Chetwin, able to draw this back to even at 1-1. Whitfield unable to control, but gets it on the scoop, loses it. And the Blue Knights try and get the clear, finally picked up by Jack Hughes, number 4. Little thievery by Canton Jenkinson. And up ahead come the Whalers. They've got numbers if they want them. Transition, cut off. And Nantucket will get it set up here with Stringer and Hanlon to finish off the formation. Grant gives it up to Moskrop. Far corner. Back up top to Stringer. Stringer will switch with Mooney. And he swings it to the far side, behind the net. Nice move. Oh, just missed. Hanlon fakes the over the shoulder. Had Hunt right where he wanted him, just missed the net. Sandwich forcing the turnover. Let's see if they can get it clear here. Good run, but a couple of Whalers are there. Bouncing pass, handled. Eamon Steele gets it in just over that 20-second mark. And the Blue Knights lose it, and this will not quite make it to midfield, so good recovery there by Tucker Carline. So again, despite being outshot here in this first quarter with 4 minutes to go, the Blue Knights are tied with the Whalers at 1. After being outshot here in this first quarter, 9-1. Hanlon with good defense. Soren Edwards with good annoying defense there on Eamon Steele. Swung up. Here's the goal scorer, Chetwind. He'll switch with Tucker Carline, gets it over to Hughes. Again, nothing given up by Aaron Hanlon there. And here's Chetwind, the senior. He'll try something on Hanlon, gives it up. And down goes the stick. Hanlon on the run the other way. He will get the clear and bring it into the offensive end. Gets by one defender, but we'll wait for a few friends. Here's Miller. Oh, intercepted actually by Jake Grant. Miller was on the run on a nice cut. Skip pass in front. Here's Hanlon. Again, coming off Lachuzia, excuse me. Here's Hanlon. Unable to get a shot off. Good movement by the Whalers here on this offensive possession. Again, tied with 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 1-1 our score. Moskrop scored 30 seconds into the game. And the Whalers have been shut out since then. Good spin by Stringer. He's got a little bit of room. Double team now. Back to Hanlon. And the Whalers back it off. Moskrop. Dealing. Stringer swims, still has it, sends one wide of the net. Good hustle by Moskrop to get there and save the possession. Clock stops with 1:54 left here in the first quarter. Tied at 1. Again, the first meeting between these two teams was a 13-3 win off island for the Whalers. So a 1-1 score after one is a little bit surprising, to be honest. But the Whalers exerted a lot of effort in that 9-7 loss. Here's Hanlon with some space. Bounces one just wide. Looked like he had it on net, but unfortunately unable to put it absolutely on net. Hunt able to intercept the pass and quickly gets it up to Tucker, who outraces the Whalers defenders. And back up top, here's Chetwynd. He's met by Canton Jenkinson, and Whalers do a good job in transition, but the Blue Knights once again with the ball here and about a minute to go here in the first quarter with a chance to take the lead. Ball down, but plenty of time to recover as Braden Tobin, number 9, gives it up as they work it around. Steal over to Jack Hughes. Well, gamesmanship there with Tucker Carline. A hidden ball trick. No fooling Soren Edwards on that one. Down to 25 seconds left here for Sandwich. One-on-one with Yates. Denied. Good job by Nick Yates. 10 seconds to go. Bouncing ball over the net. Caught. Back up top. Another shot deflected. And that'll go out of bounds as the horn sounds, ending a very competitive first quarter. The Whalers score with 30 seconds into the game and do not find the net despite 9 more shots. So 12 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be back here on the NSC and NCTV. We're tied at 1. Whalers and Blue Knights.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor. The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. We've played one quarter here, and the Whalers and Blue Knights are tied at 1. Nolas Moskrop found the net early on, but that was it for the Whalers despite outshooting Sandwich 10-3 in the quarter. Michael Chetwynd found the net to tie it up a little over midway through that first quarter. And a couple of good saves by Nathaniel Hunt. But the Whalers just a little bit off on their shots. Unable to find the net again as it'll be Soren Edwards grabbing the draw. Nice catch by Jake Grant. And the Whalers own the first possession of the second quarter here. Let's see if they can find one a little bit closer here to us and get back on track offensively here. Good move in, and there's a quick goal once again. Aaron Hanlon with a little switch of the hands, and he found the net on the bounce exactly the same amount of time in the second quarter as they did in the first quarter. Have a look-see. Hanlon with just a good individual effort here. Moskrop just gave it to him. Jives one, and boom, right in front of Hunt. It bounces into the net. 29 seconds into the second quarter. Whalers bust ahead once again as Aaron Hanlon and Nolan Moskrop are battling each other for point lead totals here. More importantly, the Whalers now hold a 2-1 lead, and Whitfield with another draw control here as the Whalers quickly get their offensive set on here, along with the Blue Knights getting their defensive guys in position. Here's Miller at the top of the zone. Stringer gets it over to Grant. Here's Miller looking to go one-on-one. Move to the right. Screens off. Moskrop unable to gain an advantage. Here's Mooney, top of the zone. Blue Knights playing a little more open spaced here. They were crowding it in the middle to begin things, and that seemed to clog up the Whalers' offense. But here's an opportunity for Miller, trying to outrun the defender, unable to do so. Grant moves in, shot, scores, top shelf. Jake Grant with a good individual move. And he finds the net, the senior, with a nice one. That's his 6th goal of the year. He is second, actually leads the team in assists, however. He is usually posted up right behind the net, and he found it behind the net and sniped it into that top corner. Nice move to avoid one defender and able to find a small window as he put it right at the face of Nathaniel Hunt. And Hunt moved that big goalie's net just a smidge. Whalers now with a 3-1 lead as they've scored twice in a minute and a half. Nice physicality by Whitfield. And up ahead comes Soren Edwards with the ball, and the Whalers will get another possession as Kyden Whitfield gave up his body for the possession. Good job by number 7. And the Whalers will hang on here and let Stringer and Hanlon finish off the offensive side of things. Again, Coach Aloisi had nothing but great things to say about Whitfield. Here's Stringer with an opportunity. Goes wide. Nice low shot there by number 6. Again, facing one of the best in the game in any division, Travis Smith. Here's another shot by Hanlon off the pass. Whizzes wide. As the Whalers continue their onslaught of shots here. Here's Lachuza. Avoids one. Shot just wide. Gavin Smith also in on this offensive unit. Another senior for Nantucket. Smith will go through off the stick. And Sandwich now looking for a clear here as Hunt looks to break through this Whalers transition game. Far side, tick-tock, tick-tock. Pass intercepted. Hanlon on the run once again. Whalers have numbers. Lachuza. Oh, great save by Hunt. Picked up again, another save. Third shot, and finally it rolls in. What a sequence by the Whalers there. Moskrop with stick-to-itiveness. They denied the goal. Excuse me. I thought that was in, but apparently not. Oh, what a sequence by Hunt then. If he comes up with another save, that's 4 shots he saved on that sequence. And here he is across midfield. And timeout call by McNeil to save the possession. We will take this quick timeout as the Whalers have scored 2 times here early on in the second quarter and hold a 3-1 lead. 8:49 on the clock. We'll be back with more second quarter action as the Whalers taking on the Blue Knights.
force to be reckoned with. You do not know who you messing with. Taking over for the hell of it. They can stop me when I'm in my element.
The Nantucket Sports Connection was born in this gymnasium. It has absolutely exploded. Multi-camera, multi-broadcasters, a trip to Fenway.
It's giving players an opportunity to look back at film. It's giving coaches an opportunity to critique their players.
When NCTV got involved, we were able to offer free classes. It's something that they can actually evolve and get professional experience.
When I realized they were doing like a commentating class, I was like, I gotta sign up for this. If I would have told myself right now, I'm gonna go into college for sports broadcast, I would have been like, no, you're not. But now I'm really passionate about it and I'd love to pursue it.
It doesn't even feel like I'm volunteering, it just feels like I'm playing along. It's very fun.
I'd definitely recommend it to anybody who's interested in sports broadcasting.
It's multifaceted what we're able to give back to our community, because as we know, we bleed Whaler blue here on Nantucket.
Back to live action here as the Blue Knights will be putting it in play after the timeout call. A great sequence for Nathaniel Hunt. Man, he faced 4 shots, 3 of which from point blank range, and you could hear the smack of the ball against his pads as he made save after save after save, and the Whalers were looking to go up 4-1. That one's denied as Yates scoops it up. He'll look for Jenkinson, gets it to Jeremy Jenkinson. Deep pass out as it bounces to Soren Edwards. Edwards flips it, and the Whalers will get the clear pretty easily here as Andrick Mooney has some space. Gets it behind the net. Here's a chance. Mooney unable to handle it. Another great play by Jake Grant to jar it loose, and the Whalers still moving here. Grant lost it, didn't realize it. And Lachuzia comes in there, and whistle stops it as the Blue Knights called for a hit in the back there. Jake Grant will put it in over to Stringer. Whalers up 3-1, 7:40 and counting here in the first half. Whalers looking for win number 11 on the season. Sandwich is able to hang on here and upset the Whalers. They would move to 6-8. Here's a pass in front. Lachuzia shot. Oh, just over the net. He nearly broke his stick on the. They pulled a Bo Jackson there, but a good look on the interior for Lachuzia. Here's Stringer. He's got some space. Denied. Back up top it goes to Mooney. And the Whalers have outshot the Blue Knights unofficially 15-5. Here's Stringer over the shoulder. Oh, just misses. We have a perfect angle from where we are. That missed by about 2 inches. With 7:06 to play here in the first half. 3-1 Whalers with the lead and the ball, as they have had most of this first half. Mooney avoids one, spins out of another one, and gets it back. Grant behind the net. Stringer hesitate. Pass in front. Oh, just through the net as a couple of bodies collide, and the Sandwich player goes down. I believe that's William Hughes. He was double teamed. We'll take another quick break here as Sandwich player is down here. We'll come back with live action. Whalers up 3-1 here on the Blue Knights.
That's over his head. That's going to score 3 easily. Easily. Triple. Swings and misses. He did get the bat of the swing on at that time. Oh, strike 3 call. That was a nice pitch. Ground ball, breaks up the double play. Oh, overthrow. You gonna get another one coming on? That's automatic. That's automatic. That's it. That's it, right? That's going to end it? That should end it. So the final score here is 12-2. So Nantucket improves to 7-3, and as I said, they'll be playing next Saturday at home.
Whenever NCTV covers one of our games, I think it's awesome.
We have been able to capture so much incredible athletic history. You know, it feels like we've been a part of it as much as the kids have been.
A lot of people have prior obligations, maybe they can't make the event, and they still get to watch it and you know, watch a great broadcast, see their kid playing.
It's nice for the parents, grandparents, and family that can't come or are not on the island to be able to see it, even if they can't attend in person.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. It was indeed number 3, William Hughes, the shaken up Blue Knight. He was able to make it off on his own power. Pretty woozy looking though. Could have been something to the head. Whitfield nearly intercepts as the Blue Knights try to advance. Got to get it in the zone, and they do so. As Yates able to recover defensively. Approaching 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Whalers with a 3-1 lead. The sophomore William Hughes seems to be okay on the bench. Tyler still looking at him as the Blue Knights advance in. Shot goes high of the net, and the Whalers are there. Flag down, however. Contact to the head. Looks like Yates trotting off the guilty party, so it'll be a penalty situation for the Blue Knights. Indeed, Ben Yates, the guilty party. So the Blue Knights with a chance to pull back to within 1 here. They're down 3-1 with just under 6 minutes to play. Reese McKinnon, number 7, right there with the ball. Another one of the seniors that has seen multiple Final Four appearances. Nearly a turnover there. As Chetwin, the lone goal scorer for Sandwich, able to gather. That's Tucker, Carline. Pass through to Carline. He shoots it well wide of the net. Good skip pass there by number 4, Jack Hughes, the older brother of William Hughes, who is still getting tended to. Down to 20 seconds to go as the ball is down here. A couple of players collide, and the Blue Knights come away with it. They are running out of time on the man up. Down to 10 seconds to go. Kyle Whitfield now up top. Shot bounces, hits the post. Jenkinson may have gotten a piece of that one as well. Just 2 seconds left on the penalty as Yates awaits to come back in on the defensive side of things, and he does so. Pass is deflected. And scrum continues. Edwards in on there. And Whitfield able to scoop and takes on a Sandwich defender. And Sandwich causes a turnover there along the sideline. 4:40 and counting here in the first half. Whalers up 3-1. That one sent in and a flag down. Another penalty on Nantucket here as the whistle will stop play. Ken Jenkinson called for the slash. Second penalty on Nantucket here in the last 2 minutes. 4:23 to go, another minute penalty. Gives the Blue Knights another opportunity. Shot save made by Jenkinson. His first official save of the afternoon. As again, Jenkinson can use some clock here, and also the Blue Knights can do something. Oh, beautiful pass to Hanlon, unable to handle it. Ball down here, and Hanlon gets to it. Lechuza was sitting on the doorstep. Hanlon just unable to see him. But the Whalers, with possession here, can use up the final 20 seconds of penalty clock here, despite being a player down. Here's Hanlon, shorthanded. Shot save made by Hunt. And quickly, the Blue Knights try and make something happen offensively. And timeout called once again by the Blue Knights head coach. We will keep it here, however. Got a couple things to talk about here as we get ready for the final push of our Snap Raise campaign. It is, of course, always and ever present, the cost of things here, but we do enjoy bringing you, Whalers Nation, and those that are watching from the opposite side, no matter where it be, the best coverage possible. And, of course, we like to weave in our student crews and giving them a real work experience. And, of course, they collect community service hours as well, as you saw a couple of our students involved in the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation's scholarship awards. And, again, we have been generously supported by the Nantucket businesses. But this style of fundraiser is aimed at you, the fans and the families of these incredible student athletes, and every little bit helps. It is a tax-deductible donation, 501(c), of course. NCTV is a nonprofit, so please, if you do have the means, consider a donation. The QR code is, as you can see, right up on the screen. It's also on our social media posts. And we do have a short time left to receive those donations, just 28 days on Snap Raise. So from all of us at the NCTV Sports and the NSC, thank you for considering a donation and help continue our mission of celebrating our student athletes and their competitions against the best in the state of Massachusetts. Back to live action here as the Blue Knights get set to put it in after Coach McNeil saves the possession, calls another timeout here. Just a few seconds, 5-6 seconds officially on the penalty to Canton Jenkinson. As the Whalers had the ball, but a quick shot by Hanlon gives it back to Sandwich here, and they have an opportunity in the waning moments of the penalty as Jenkinson sprints on here. So back to even strength are the Whalers and Blue Knights. Jumping that is Paxton Fitch. Good defensive play there as Jenkinson gets in the mix here. And Jenkinson able to come out and scoop it despite a ton of pressure. Here's Ken Jenkinson, another good save by Hunt. Deep pass to midfield, off the stick as Ben Yates gets in the scrum here, number 32. And finally scooped by the Blue Knights and advanced. Bouncing shot well wide as Jenkinson able to outrace the Blue Knights there and gain the possession. Good job by Jeremy Jenkinson on the wide shot. Turned around and sprinted as he sends one to midfield. Hanlon wide open. Easy for Nantucket. Hanlon amongst a few that were integral parts of that state championship team and rode that coattails to a Final Four appearance last year, losing to the eventual state champion, Cohasset Skippers. In that state semifinal in Barnstable. 2 minutes to go here in the first half as the Whalers hold a 3-1 lead. Here's Tyler Miller, had some space, decides to give it up. Hanlon, who's got one of the 3 goals. Grant, back up top, low shot, deflected. Mooney able to get back there and save the possession. 3-1 Whalers with the lead, approaching 90 seconds left here in the first half. Here's Lechuza, avoids one shot just off that top corner. Another good launch by Lechuza. Here's Hanlon. Moskrop, low shot, well wide of the net again as they just continue to shoot it all over the place, but have only found the net 3 times. Here's Andrick Mooney looking to get on the offensive set for the final minute 20. Stringer, top of the zone, over to Moskrop. Here's Grant, who evades one again. Shot, and he scores again. Jake Grant with his second goal of the game. And that gives the Whalers a 4-1 lead. Again, another good little swim move here, as you can see on the replay. Low pass from Hanlon. He evades one, goes high with the shot, and no chance for Hunt as Hanlon picks up another point with the assist. His 50th of the year. Moskrop also with 50. A minute 7 left here in the first half as the Whalers have scored 3 straight goals to break it open here 4-1. Whitfield just grinding in on the ground, and he comes away with it. Takes on a sandwich defender and called for a ward. Looked like a good physical play, but Whalers turn it over here as the Blue Knights look to operate with less than a minute to play. They jump it. Down on the ground, Grant unable to get to it. Heave-ho deep, and that one bounces in. Oh, my goodness, finds the net as Jenkinson can't get to it. That is a perfect example of why we need a turf field. There's no way that should have gone in the net. Crazy bounce, and the Blue Knights find themselves a gift as it's a goal by Cameron York from way downtown. Just over the stick. And somehow the ball bounced and Jenkinson unable to dive and keep it out of the net with 40 seconds to play. Whitfield once again dips in there. No unnecessary hit there, but Whalers with possession here with 30 seconds to go. Here's Hanlon, evades one. Opposite hand, shot safe, gets it back. Almost gets it back and finally ends up with it. Still plenty of time for the Whalers, 20 seconds to operate. Hanlon. Here's Moskrop, evades one, shot, scores! Late quarter activity by the Whalers as Nolan Moskrop from Aaron Hanlon. As you can see, Moskrop buries it just outside that blue line. With 12 seconds to go, the Whalers keep it a 3-goal advantage at 5-2. So it'll be Aaron Hanlon in on the X. Actually, Canton Jenkinson, and they win the faceoff. Here's Hanlon with a few seconds left here. Moskrop picks it off. Little give and go to Hanlon. Off the stick with 3 seconds. And that'll do it for the first half as the Whalers post 4 goals in the second quarter. And we'll go into the locker room with a 5-2 lead here. We'll be back with second half action. Whalers up 5-2, looking to move 11-2 on the season. They lead the Blue Knights at halftime.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in and being part of a team, falling but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. located in the heart of the island. It's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by MIAA, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MIAALaw.com to learn how MIAA can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
A lot to them.
The technology that we need is, it's not cheap. There are certain costs that go into this to make this happen. My hope for the broadcast is to just build the crew numbers, get more students involved, maybe add a few more cameras here and there, but, ultimately, we're here to grow. The more hands on deck, the better this can be, and ultimately that just comes back to the Nantucket community.
Back up top, Mooney gathers, avoids one, comes in and shot, scores the first goal. Oh, a beauty over the shoulder. Quickly cut off. Moskov again with the over the shoulder. Inside, quick shot by Miller, bounces in. Unable to get anything going. Here's another shot and another goal. Here's Lachuzia. Oh, beats the goalie with a low shot. He gets it back, little give and go. Shot, score. Perfect shot from Noah Stringer. Beaumont, who comes out of net to get it. He's got to hustle back. Right in front, shot, score. Lachuzia. Ball is loose and the Whalers scoop it up. Again, just no shots allowed here. Smith inside, shot. Poked in with the backhand. Nifty stick work by number 12, Tristan Grimes for the goal.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation, but you guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught, touchdown! Shot, it rolls in, it's good.
You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead. Gets it by.
Voting is open. Thank you very much.
My
mark. Hit my mark. Hit your mark. Yeah.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. Still at the half here as the Whalers hold a 3-goal lead, 5-2. The advantage. Goal scorers for Nantucket. Nolan Moskrop leads all scorers with 2 goals. Aaron Hanlon's got a goal and at least 1 assist. Jake Grant with his best goal scoring game of the season with 2 goals already. A couple of penalties on the Whalers, none on Sandwiches. You can see the sunshine poking free underneath the clouds here, so nice to see the sunshine always. Goal scorers for the Blue Knights. Michael Chetwynd back in the first quarter at Albuquerque and found its way into the net to put a second goal up for the Blue Knights. But the Whalers have controlled the time of possession, and I think they will grind it here in the second half and look to open things up here as they were fired up in the locker room coming out. Our next broadcast will be Saturday as the boys will be hosting a very good Canton Bulldogs team in the first ever meeting between those two teams on the lacrosse field. Bulldogs ranked number 10 in Division 2. That is 2 divisions up from the Whalers as, again, another quality opponent on the schedule. And then it doesn't get any easier there as Shrewsbury still out there. They are number 6 in Division 1. Mix in a little Nauset game away and, some Pembroke here as well. You got a pretty tough finish things to the regular season for the Whalers as the journey continues here for the boys. Next week, we've got a busy schedule, 4 lacrosse games on the docket. 3 from the girls begins on Monday. Then we are back at it as the senior game is on Monday. Tuesday, once again, and Thursday versus a good St. John Paul team. And then again, Saturday is that boys lacrosse game against Shrewsbury. So plenty of great lacrosse here as May Madness begins here this week as the finish to the regular seasons come up here towards the end of the month, and tournament starts 28th, 29th, maybe 30th, depending on the teams here for the MIAA Division 3 and Division 4, as again, the softball team and baseball team still alive for a playoff position in Division 3. And both lacrosse teams here in very good position. Girls dropped down to number 8 after a couple of losses. They have their record at 9-2 and unable to control it and scoop it was Reese McKinnon. And Cotton Whitfield will put it in play here and gain the zone for Nantucket as the Whalers begin the second half with the first possession and a 3-goal lead, 5-2. There's Tyler Miller just outside the zone, able to finish off the offensive set. There's Andrick Mooney, top of the zone. Hanlon going one-on-one. Unable to find any space. Here's Miller. Jake Grant with a good cut through, unable to connect. Just underway here. The Whalers scored 30 seconds in on both the first and second quarters. But in front, Lechuza with a good hit to deny it. Again, could definitely be a much more lopsided score, but side of the net by Moskrop. But Nathaniel Hunt for the Blue Knights has come up with a slew of saves, including 4 in one possession. Whalers looking to deny the transition here. Yeah, this is where the Blue Knights kind of came up with a miracle goal here. Hunt's going to have to Gilman this, and he sends it well over the net, and that will be a turnover on Sandwich. 10:17 to go as Jenkinson puts it in play up to Canton. Jenkinson at midfield, and the Whalers will gain the zone easily and have numbers here if they want it. Mooney backs it out. Here's Stringer. Moskrop on the near side. Over to Jake Grant. Sends it to the far end. Mooney over to Hanlon. Hanlon back to Mooney. Mooney with a low shot blocked. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. But out of play to Sandwich. As Hunt will put it in, he outraced Lechuza to the spot. 5-2 our score. York gets it to midfield. Now looking for some help. Pass intercepted by Jenkinson on the fly. He gives it up to Moskrop. And here's Hanlon. Lechuza. Bumped off Hanlon, little give and go. Oh, just wide. That would have been gorgeous. McNeil screaming out some encouragement. Here's Lechuza. Oh, another low shot just wide of the net. Here's Hanlon. Rips it into the net. Hanlon with his second goal of the game. Have a look-see. He makes it 6-2. Quickly, Jake Grant puts it in play. Sandwich caught, snoozing just a millisecond, and that's all Aaron Hanlon needs. Nathaniel Hunt unable to see that one. And another assist for Jake Grant, who's working on a good game here. As once again, the Sun pokes free here. Whalers up 6-2 as Whitfield. Oh, nifty swim to avoid the defender. Cotton Whitfield showing off there as the Whalers will get things going here. Back to Mooney up top. And again, that sun blaring in right in Hunt's eyes here. We'll see if the Whalers can take advantage here with still 8.5 to play here in the third. It is a big, bright star. Jake Grant back outside the far side of the zone to Hanlon. Mooney swings it over to Miller. Here's Moskrop. Stiff pass to Mooney. Scoops it, evades one, evades another. Unable to get to it. He shoots it. Save made. Good low though right at the feet of Hunt. Just a good job by Nathaniel Hunt, the senior netminder for the Blue Knights. Again, this could be a much more lopsided score if he doesn't come up with some big saves in that second quarter. Grant hounding. And here's another deep pass. And caught just in time. Low shot. Bounds well over Jenkinson, but he is there to gain the possession and quickly puts it in play. Jeremy Jenkinson, the senior netminder for the Whalers, bounces one up as Hanlon's left all alone. Jake Grant behind the net, swings it to Moskrop. Skip pass to Hanlon, bam! Moskrop finds Hanlon, and Aaron Hanlon knows what to do with it there as he buries it for his second goal in a matter of a couple of minutes. Here you can see Moskrop with the skip. Good catch and fire. The one-timer by Aaron Hanlon, and it's now a 7-2 advantage as the Whalers have scored two quick goals here in a matter of 5 minutes in the third quarter to break this one open. Now a 5-goal lead. Cotton Whitfield ready to grind. kicks it back. And Hanlon, easy retrieval. And the Whalers own another possession. Behind the net, Grant surveys. Lachuzia. Here's Grant. Back to Nolan. Nolan Moskrop knows what to do with it when he gets it. Jake Grant with another assist. And Moskrop with a hat trick here as the Whalers have busted it open in the third. Just a lightning bolt from Nolan Moskrop. No chance for the netminder Hunt. And it's now 8-2 with 6:40 still left here in the third. Whalers offense finding some rhythm here as they have found the net 3 times here in less than 6 minutes. Reese McKinnon. Oh, no, actually number 3, that's William Hughes able to win the draw control for Sandwich. Off the stick, however, and a quick turnover. So just a slight mishap as Whitfield will sprint it ahead. Cross midfield and Whitfield now gets it in the zone. And here's Moskrop. Behind the net, Grant. Little skip pass shot, just wide. Noah Stringer had some space just wide of the net. Here's Mooney. Mooney looking to make a play here, getting something from Stringer. Mooney swings back. Here's Noah Stringer. Shot save made by Hunt. You can see it smack his chest protector. Or hear it, I should say. Stayed right in front of him, but the Blue Knights have had trouble transitioning here. Let's see if they can get it across the line here. Jarred loose, and Whalers force a quick turnover as they gain the zone, but Yates with the ball gives it up to Canton Jenkinson. Jenkinson with plenty of space. He can jog it all the way to midfield, maybe all the way in. Canton Jenkinson with that long pole, a weapon indeed. Gains the zone and flips it to Mooney. Whalers with another opportunity here. Tyler Miller finishes off the offensive set with 5 minutes to play here in the third. 8-2, Whalers with the lead. Here's Grant behind the net. No one covering him. He's able to maneuver, and the Whalers moving around the perimeter here. Mooney at the top of the zone. Trying to find Lachuzia in the middle. Marco quickly gives it back. Here's Moskrop. Grant back out top. Hanlon bounces a good save. May have gotten the post. Mooney avoids the slash. Spins through one. Tyler Miller back over to Moskrop. Grant. Here's Hanlon. Mooney with a low shot. He finds the net from deep. Just inside that white line. And Andrick Mooney, have a look. With an absolute lightning bolt. Hanlon gets another assist. Boom. Just, again, could have been some sunshine aided as Nathaniel Hunt unable to make a reaction on Andrick Mooney's goal. That puts him in double digits for the season with 10 goals. Another double-digit goal scorer for Nantucket. They have 5 double-digit goal scorers here. And the Blue Knights get the draw control on the infraction. 3:53 to go, though. 9-2 now the score. 4 goals for Nantucket here in the third. This is the first possession for Sandwich in the offensive end. Comes with 3:40 to go. Skip pass. Nothing doing. Whitfield there. Jenkinson able to get a piece. And out racing. Oh, nearly out racing was Canton Jenkinson. Jack Hughes just able to get there. Great hustle by Canton Jenkinson. Pass into the middle. Shot well wide. Yates is there, but unable to race. Again, good effort by number 1, Nick Yates. Coach McNeil calls out the play. Pass deflected by Soren Edwards. Carline unable to get to it, and triple team now is number 19, Jonathan Pensack, as a flag goes down. Soren Edwards takes a little extra. Hey, how you doing? And he's called for the slash, can't believe it. So another penalty on Nantucket. That's their third of the afternoon, none on Sandwich. 3:01 to play here in the third. It is a 9-2 Whaler lead, so to say the Blue Knights need a goal is an understatement here. They need to string together some goals here. Here's a low shot. Save made by Jenkinson. Yates able to scoop it. He'll get it, fortunately, back to Soren Edwards, who is over the head of Jenkinson, and that pass goes over the head of Canton Jenkinson, so the Whalers turn it over. Still plenty of time for the Blue Knights to operate. 50 seconds left on the penalty. As Reese McKinnon, number 7, will put it in here. And he will get picked up by Paxton Fitch. Jump in the zone is Mooney. Good effort by number 3. That shot goes well wide. Good defense there as William Hughes unable to get a clean shot off. Blue Knights still with a man up here. Tough pass off the stick. Towards the sideline, keeping it in, but Yates is there to scoop it. And quickly over to Jeremy Jenkinson. Flips it over to Nick Yates, or Ben Yates, excuse me. At midfield, it's Fitch. Underhanded pass, nicely done to Mooney. Back to full strength, Mooney gets a little brush. Evades one. Evades another. Here's Gavin Smith at the top of the zone. Pass in front to Moskrop. Gavin Smith finds Nolan Moskrop, and the Whalers make it 10-2 on the 4th goal. Great pass by Gavin Smith. And Nolan Moskrop gives a little fake, puts Hunt out of position, and buries it, as you saw on the replay, to make it 10-2. 4 goals now for Nolan Moskrop, bringing his season total to 39. Again, he has played one more game than Aaron Hanlon. Oh, nice job by Hughes on the faceoff. He flips it over quickly, scooped by the Whalers. Yates goes right at, the Ward called, as William Hughes took the brunt of that hit, and will look to make something happen here. Fitch disrupting. Not the Blue Knights able to get to it. Just over a minute to play here in the third quarter. The Whalers have busted it open with 5 goals here and now lead 10-2. Again, this was a 10-goal win for the Whalers off island. 13-3 was the final, and they are on their way to something similar to that. Unless the Blue Knights can find some offense here. They have been unable to score here in the second half. And if it were not for a miracle Gilman goal, it would still be a single tally. As you can hear, the bench and other Whaler athletes giving their defensive squad a nod here. Good double team down on the ground, and a flag down as a little extracurricular as Jack Hughes was able to find some space, but another penalty upcoming here on Canton Jenkinson with a little too much. So Canton Jenkinson will sit for the final 30 seconds of the quarter. We'll see if it overlaps or if the Blue Knights could take advantage of their fourth man-up situation. They have been unable to find the net on the man-up so far. Ball down. Mooney unable to scoop it. And a flag on the field as Andrick Mooney gets mixed up on a retaliation. Locked violation on Andrick Mooney, which means no matter how many goals Sandwich scores, they will have the ball. Just 5 seconds left here in the third. 36 seconds left on the initial penalty, so the Whalers will be down 2 players here. Lots of room. Jeremy Jenkinson going to need to come up big here and see if they can get something at least on the other side of things here of the third quarter. 4-3, and the Blue Knights will hold on to it so they can retain possession at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So we will head to that fourth quarter, take a quick break here on the NSC and NCTV. The Whalers have busted it open here. They hold a 10-2 lead, but the Blue Knights with a 2-man advantage coming out of the timeout here. We'll see what happens here. Fourth quarter upcoming. Whalers up 10-2.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. The Whalers hold a 10-2 lead here heading into the fourth quarter. They will be down 2 players here to begin things for the opening 30 seconds. Andrick Mooney called for a violent play, so he's locked in for 2 minutes. A minute 55 left on his penalty, just 30 seconds left on Canton Jenkinson. So the Blue Knights with an opportunity to try and claw themselves back into this game, but they're going to need to play a flawless 12 minutes here if they're going to come up with a come-from-behind scenario. Whalers looking to move 11-2 on the season. Again, they dropped to Falmouth in another epic battle with the Clippers. They are number 3 in Division 4 with the 10-2 record, looking to pick up win number 11 as the Blue Knights moving around here. 2-man up here for another few seconds. Shot is blocked. Good job by Yates to give up the body. Jenkinson easily scoops, and he can hang on to it here for another little bit, but Jenkinson called for delay of game there. Apparently didn't come out of the circle. Jenkinson back in, so the Whalers down just a player here as Coach Aloisi still pleading his Case passes tipped. And recovered. So still just over a minute on the penalty. Shot whizzes wide as Jenkinson was there. Nick Pierce there for the Blue Knights. Here's McKinnon, top of the zone. Skip pass, good catch, shot denied by Jeremy Jenkinson. And there for the efforts is Soren Edwards. Great hustle on the backside to gain the possession. Still 50 seconds left on the Mooney penalty. But the Whalers can play a little keep away here as Jenkinson comes out of net. Nearly loses it. And the Whalers unable to get a timeout as Jenkinson caught out of position. And the Blue Knights look to advance here. Shot whizzes wide. And another penalty as the Whalers are piling up penalty minutes. Canton Jenkinson called for another play. So another two-man advantage here for another 26 seconds as Mooney's penalty still hasn't been ticked off. So far, the Whalers' defense has held. Still a 10-2 Whalers lead. Ball down, quickly jumped by Yates. Here's a low shot, bounces way over the net. 7 seconds left on the Mooney penalty. And then it'll be another 35 seconds for Canton Jenkinson. As the Whalers have had 7 penalties here despite a 10-2 lead. Evading one, shot whizzes wide. Jenkinson was there. Good shot, though, by William Hughes. Good to see him back on the field as he was injured earlier in that second quarter. He obviously appears to be okay. Little give and go behind the net. Nobody defending behind the net. There's Hughes. Good rotation by the Whalers, down to 15 seconds left on the penalty. Hughes skips it behind the net. Five seconds to go. McKinnon gets it back. And the Whalers are back to full strength. A couple of two-men advantages and a deep shot well wide of the net again. And the 10-2 lead for the Whalers holds despite a couple of two-man advantages for the Blue Knights. 9 minutes to go. Another bouncing shot well off the mark. Oh, Jeremy Jenkinson nearly hustled to that end line to gain an advantage and gain the possession. But here's McKinnon for the Blue Knights. Back up top it goes. A one-on-one move over around Mooney. Pass intercepted by Canton Jenkinson on the interior. Spins out of one. Quadruple teamed. Does not matter. Nearly had it. And there's another flag on Canton Jenkinson. Or maybe on the Blue Knights this time for a slash. Finally, the whistle sounds. Thirty-second. Advantage here for an offside. So first penalty on the Blue Knights comes with 8:42 to play. The Whalers have had 7 penalties whistled against them. Not saying they weren't warranted, just pointing out the facts. Stringer gets it over to Hanlon. Good cut through, couple of cuts. Here's Hanlon on the top side. Evades one, shot, save made. Good set there of activity through the middle, and Hanlon was able to sneak around the perimeter and got himself a good shot. Here's another Gilman. Why not? Worked once. Why not again? But this one goes well over the net. But just 10 seconds left on the 30-second penalty, as Jenkinson will put it in with 8:09 to play. Pass comes up to midfield. Stringer grabs it on the run. Quickly up to Hanlon. Nice catch. Pass. Shot. Save made. Hunt comes up big against Moskrop. He has made some high-quality saves here this afternoon. Pass tipped by Soren Edwards, as Hanlon gets a stick on it and will scoop it. Back to full strength as Hanlon goes back to Jeremy Jenkinson. And Hanlon will get it back. Just out of the reach of Aaron Hanlon at midfield. So the Whalers turn it over with 7:29 to play here in the game. 10-2 Whalers with the lead. Nobody scored here in the fourth quarter so far. It was tied at 1 after 1. It was 5-2 at halftime, and the Whalers have clamped down on the Blue Knights here, and they force another turnover. Hanlon sprinting towards the near sideline and gains the zone easily as Michael Chetwynd tried to jar it loose, unable to do so. Here's Lechuza. As the Whalers can use some clock here and run this thing down as they have an 8-goal lead already. Jake Grant sprints through one. Pass through, looking for Hanlon, but unable to do so. On the run come the Blue Knights. Here's a catch, shot, bounces well over the top as Tucker Carline got it over to Eamon Steele, but the shot bounces well over Jeremy Jenkinson in net. Blue Knights retain possession, down 8 goals here with 6:20 to play. Whalers look to move to 11-2 on the season and pick up another quality win over a playoff opponent. There's a shot that goes well wide. Looks like it almost could have been a pass there by Tucker Carline, but the referees deemed it a shot, which gives Sandwich the possession still. Steele up top. Oh, nice hit. Hanlon staying with it is Chetwynd. And he finally gives it up. There's Braden Tobin, number 9, surveying. Sends it to the far sideline, and he gets it back. Chetwynd looking to do work against Yates. And a bad pass turns it over. Again, one of the stingiest defenses in any division. This Nantucket Whalers defensive squad's given up just 47 goals in total, and now their 13th game. Yates will clear it all the way into the offensive end. He will now retreat. And the Whalers can get it set up with an 8-goal lead. 5 minutes to go. Ooh, ankle breaker by Jake Grant. Pass in front. Shot. Oh, denied. Lechuza had it. Unable to squeeze it in. No one back for the Whalers, and Sandwich will get the possession here as Hunt will try and initiate the clear. And wide open is Braden Tobin, so the Blue Knights do get the clear. But they are running out of clock here. So we are under 5 minutes to play in the Whalers with a 10-2 lead. Blue Knights come in as the number 10 team in Division 4. They are down 8 goals here. Top of the heap is Cohasset, followed by Manchester Essex. Whalers in at number 3. Here's a quick shot well high. Winthrop at 4. Ipswich, number 5. Abington, again, a team that the Blue Knights have defeated already at 9-4. Number 6. Bourne, the only undefeated team in Division 4 at 10-0. They're number 7. Hamilton, Waynham, Pentucket, and Sandwich at number 10 rounds out that top 10 in Division 4. New power rankings coming out tomorrow. We'll see where things shake down here. Here's a low shot that goes through the crease. Nobody home. Nick Yates a little shove, and he will work it. Over to Fitch. Fitch unable to get it cleanly. And Canton Jenkinson gets to it, flag down, however. Another penalty called on the Whalers. Penalty number 8 goes against Noah Stringer, cross-check, with 3:54 to play. And the Whalers up 10-2. Just one penalty called on the Blue Knights, an offside penalty, so just a 30-second varietal. Skip pass and a shot. Hits the post. So the Whalers fortunate there as the rocket from Steele, and quickly the other way comes Soren Edwards. Edwards up to Moskrop. And they will back it out here and use some clock as Jake Grant brings it in. They can double team the ball here, but the Blue Knights are finally able to get out to a double team position here. Gavin Smith finishes off the offensive side of things with 20 seconds to go on the penalty. Hanlon with plenty of space here will hang on to the final 10 seconds. It's just Sandwich trying to double team the ball, but Hanlon is a dangerous player to do so. He can make things happen in a flash. And the Whalers able to get back to even strength here. They have killed off all 8 penalties they've been whistled for. And Gavin Smith already with an assist here today. Looking to make a move. Gives it up as we approach 2.5 minutes to play here, Lechuza. Gives it back up to Stringer. Here's Smith. Smith has an assist on a Hanlon goal. And here's Jake Grant, avoids the mud pit behind the net. As the Whalers bench cheering on Smith, looking to make an individual move. Spins, loses it. Hanlon bails him out, saves the possession. Smith with a cut, unable to find him. Stringer, little hesitation. Skips it to Hanlon, off his stick. Quickly scooped. Down to 90 seconds to play here, as the Whalers will once again move to 11-2 with the win. The loss will drop Sandwich down to 5-9, and they are over the top 3 in the Cape and Islands. They haven't beaten Falmouth, Nauset, or Nantucket. But despite that, they are in the top 10. Stringer gives it up to Hanlon off his stick, and Sandwich with the turnover. Just over a minute to play as the Blue Knights look to advance in here, and too many men on the field for Nantucket. Or Sandwich actually looking like, well, there's a flag down. We'll see what the call is here with 50 seconds to go. McKinnon unable to get it cleanly. As Canton Jenkinson doing his thing on the defensive side of things, forces a turnover. So another penalty on the Whalers. That's their 9th penalty, as they were called for an offside here. Somebody will sit in the box for 30 of the 40 seconds left in the game. Again, no goal scored here in the 4th quarter. Let's see if the Whalers can keep it that way. Here's a shot. Whizzes wide. Clock stops with 34 seconds left. Lechuza technically in the box for the Whalers. Sandwich puts it in play here with just 30 seconds left here in the game. It was tied at 1 at the end of 1, just a 5-2 Whalers lead, but they have not given up a goal here as I'm trying to broadcaster jinx them. Jenkinson able to get to it, flips it ahead, out of position now. Oh, still able to get a stick on it to save it with 13 seconds to go. Pass goes in front, denied. Jenkinson with a save with 3 seconds to go, and that'll do it. The Whalers shut out the Blue Knights in the second half and pull away to earn a 10-2 victory as they move to 11-2. A couple of late saves by Jeremy Jenkinson. Otherwise, the Whalers' defense in front of him was up to the task. And the Whalers were led by Nolan Moskrop and Aaron Hanlon. Moskrop with 4 goals. Hanlon scored 3. Jake Grant with another great offensive day. He had 2 goals. Hendrick Mooney with a goal. And the Whalers got a little emotions in on it. Had 9 penalties to just 1 for the Blue Knights. But they were certainly the more talented team on the field here today. And moved to 11-2. We'll be back at it again on Saturday as it'll be DC Collins and I with a skinny outfit here on Saturday to bring you the Whalers, who will host the Canton Bulldogs, another quality D2 opponent. They are already in the top 10 at number 6. So a big test and a first ever meeting between the Canton Bulldogs and the Nantucket Whalers in lacrosse. So hopefully you can join us. Thanks again for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. For DC Collins, Sophia Reese, I am Chris Morris. Whalers pull away in the second half and earn their 11th victory. 10-2 the final here from Vito Capizzo Stadium. Have a great evening. Enjoy some of the sunshine as we have another wonderful sunset here as the Whalers win their 11th game and move to 11-2 with a convincing 10-2 win here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening, Whalers Nation.
Whenever NCTV covers one of our games, I think it's awesome.
We have been able to capture so much incredible athletic history. It feels like we've been a part of it as much as the kids have been.
A lot of people have prior obligations, maybe they can't make the event, and they still get to watch it and watch a great broadcast, see their kid playing.
It's nice for the parents, grandparents, and family that can't come or are not on the island to be able to see it, even if they can't attend in person. So I think that meant a lot to them.
The technology that we need is it's not cheap. There are certain costs that go into this to make this happen. My hope for the broadcast is to just build the crew numbers, get more students involved, maybe add a few more cameras here and there, but ultimately we're here to grow. The more hands on deck, the better this can be, and ultimately that just comes back to the Nantucket community.